Becoming addicted to success can get you everything that you want in life, and here's why. Once you feel real progress, momentum, and control, you don't want to stop. I built my dream life as a millionaire entrepreneur because I made success my lifestyle instead of my goal. So if you're ready to become addicted to success, not distractions, keep watching. The first step of becoming addicted to success is to get a small win, because winning creates dopamine. This is one of my favorite quotes of all time. Winning is a habit. Unfortunately, so is losing. Now, I know Vince Lombardi said this, and I just had to ask my team, is that a football person, a basketball person, baseball person? Who knows? I don't really think it matters. The point is what matters. Are you creating winning habits, or are you creating losing habits? Now, if you keep watching, I'm going to get into how you actually track to know if you're creating winning or losing habits. But it first starts with a mindset. Are you creating success? Are you doing things every single day to get you closer and closer to your goals? Or are you okay with losing? Are you okay with being mediocre? But the good news is you should start small. And starting small sounds like focusing on wins. What is one area of your life that you know you want to improve? It bothers you that you aren't better at it, or you don't have a solution, or you don't have some stat to demonstrate that you're great at this thing. Take that area and figure out over the next 30 days, what does a massive win look like in that area of your life? For some people, this could look like getting in the gym, changing your diet, learning how to be a salesperson, spending an hour a day reading. Whatever the goal is in the area of your life that you want to improve, you have to figure out how you can create wins in that area so you can kickstart this process of success. When I was first starting our business, one of the areas that I really struggled with was discipline. I didn't do things that I said I was going to do. This sounds really simple, and I've talked to thousands of business owners about this exact thing. For the last 6 years, we've had a daily Alti meeting in our company because I recognized that this was not going to be the thing that was going to hold us back from creating the transparency, the culture, the alignment, and most importantly, the wins inside our business. So we have an incredible agenda for this daily LT meeting. I've actually helped thousands of business owners put this exact structure inside their business. If you want my specific agenda, find me on Instagram at Natalie Dawson and DM me the word agenda and I will send it over to you. Next is number 2. Data will become your drug, because numbers never lie. People do. If you want to become addicted to success, you have to get over this idea that it is a feeling. Success is not a feeling. Success is a number. Success actually demonstrates you have been able to do something in the physical universe. You've been able to hire people. You've been able to generate income. You've been able to build muscle. You've been able to lose weight. The data is showing that by staying in a toxic environment with your family, with your friends, wherever you are, if you're not successful there, the right thing to do would be to leave, because you have the data of where you're already at. Your whole life up until this point is the data that's demonstrating, are you making successful decisions? If you're going to continue to hold on to the things that aren't producing the data and the stats to get you to where you want to go, clearly you're not making the right decisions. It's very black or white. It has nothing to do with your family or your friends or your thoughts about things. It has to do with your decisions. And your decisions demonstrate your data. This is the same in a business. The stats of a business are the representation of a team's decisions. How they spend their time each and every day, how they interact with customers, what problems they solve, are reflected in that business. Is that business growing? If the business is not growing, the people inside the business are not spending their time correctly in order to work on growth-oriented problems. It's very simple. But we get confused around this because we think that people's feelings and emotions are what create success. They're not. This is the data that I look at to determine whether or not I'm successful. Do I have a relationship where we are spending quality time together and supporting each other in our goals? Is my team able to hit their goals? Are they making more money year over year? Are they introducing themselves to more opportunities? Are they gaining skills? I can see that. I can measure that in the physical universe. Is my income going up? That is a very clear stat. It is either going up, staying the same, or decreasing. There's no gray in that, black or white. All of these things that are success measurements in life are backed by data, not by people. So when there's something in your life that doesn't feel right, stop looking at your feelings and actually look at the measurement for what would success look like. And if you're falling short of that measurement, that is where you need to put your energy and your focus. The first place to start is to get consistent in tracking the most important numbers in your life. It is not hard to increase your numbers and to create success. But if you never look at it, it's going to be very challenging. Number 3 is next, and it's that momentum makes commitment easier. The best way to trap yourself is to start to create successful habits that then pull in other people to help hold you accountable to those successful habits so that you are just entirely trapped for the rest of your life to become successful. You see, all of a sudden, you as a business owner start a business. It's not just about you when you hire another person, or when you hire a third person, or when you hire your 12th person. You have the responsibility for 12 other people who then have the responsibility, hopefully, to be able to lead team members so that you go from 12 people to 120 people. For each one of those leaders to have 10 people underneath them. This idea of trapping yourself is a beautiful thing. Instead of getting trapped in unsuccessful habits, you should get trapped in the most successful habits you can think of. Trap yourself with great people who go to the gym every day. Why? Because those people are going to force you to freaking go to the gym. You're not going to be able to hang out with them if you don't go to the gym. The hardest part of becoming successful is the first step. Once you start to break through with a handful of these new habits, is what pulls you forward, and it actually becomes easier. The hard moments were keeping the belief that the dream was possible and still doing the actions that weren't showing the full result yet. Today, going to the Bar 3 class is so easy. It's not even hard. It's actually like my free day almost. I'm like, oh yeah, maybe it's like an off day. I'm gonna go to Bar 3. But back in the day, it was like hard for me to get there. It was hard for me to show up. It was hard for me to be at a 6 a.m. class. But those moments are what built the trust and the confidence that I now have in myself. The confidence hasn't come over the last handful of years. It came from the hard moments and making those pivots that felt lonely and uncertain. Those moments were the hard moments. And in looking back today, I'm so proud that I have those moments and I hang on to those moments because those are the moments that changed my life. When you're telling somebody who's struggling to be successful that it's okay to feel that way, you just have to move through it and have the hope and the belief that the momentum in the future will make it be better, because it does get better. It's not always as hard as it is when you first start out. Just hold on long enough and keep moving long enough to see some results, and then you'll never want to go back. Number 4 is next, and it's one of my personal favorites. Control is the ultimate high. Control is a beautiful thing. I want control of everything in my life. I want control of my relationships. I want control of my business. I want control of my health. I want control of everything that matters. And in today's society, people are shamed for wanting control. Oh, you're a control freak. Oh, you're a micromanager. Yes, I want control. Do I want somebody else making decisions about my life? Of course not. I want to be in control. That's what people miss. When there's somebody in your life who's telling you that you shouldn't be controlled or you should just let things happen, the more you give up your control and you think that it's a bad thing, the more you're going to end up with results that you don't want. Think of things in your life that you aren't in control of. Does it feel good? Hoping, wishing, waiting, thinking something's gonna happen that might just magically appear for your life because your fingers are crossed and you just manifest and hope and pray that some outcome's gonna take place. Real outcomes are abdicated by hoping and wishing and waiting. And I feel so strongly about this because I used to be shamed for wanting to be in control. Imagine if you gave up control of your income, somebody else's job to decide how much money you make. You have no responsibility to figure out what you don't know in order to make more money. It's ridiculous. You should be in control of your income. You should know exactly what you need to do to make more money. That is being in control. But if you think that it's your boss's job to tell you, or you think that somebody is just going to lay out on this platter, this beautiful delivered silver platter for you, exactly what you need to do in order to get control of your income, you're wrong. You have to be in control of that. You have to ask those questions and self-identify those things. That is what successful people do. They do not relinquish control of anything in their life to somebody else. They take responsibility. Last is number 5, which is that success becomes a lifestyle, not a destination. One of my favorite Grant Cardone quotes: "It is your duty to become successful." Do you think about success like that? It is my responsibility to create success because I have gone through pains. I have gone through hardships. There have been people who haven't believed in me. For whatever circumstances you have in your life that you can point to as either, yes, this was a positive circumstance, people did believe in me, therefore you should be successful to further along what they poured into you and to do that for others. Or if shit happened to you and life was rough for you and you've had hardship after hardship after hardship, well then that's even more of a reason for why you should create success, because you made it through that. And if you can make it through that, so can other people. You see, whatever it is that your life is given to you, it is your responsibility, it is your duty to be successful. And when you start to think about it like that, and you start to raise the bar for what you expect from yourself, all of a sudden, this success continues. It goes back to that momentum loop that we were talking about, because your mindset is that it's my duty. So if you're watching this and you're being a little lazy with the rest of your time today, maybe turn off YouTube and go create something that allows you to create your own success, where you're taking action, not just inflowing data. People who have come from your circumstances, who have had your hardships, they are depending on you to be successful. There are 15-year-olds, there are 20-year-olds, there are 30-year-olds, there are 80-year-olds who are depending upon you to be successful. You just don't know them yet, and you have to take the steps that are required to get their attention so that you can be an example to them. But don't let anybody tell you that it doesn't matter to be successful, because I'm here to say it is vital. It is of the greatest importance that you make the decision in your lifetime to create an example of success so that other people can be more successful, because let's just be honest, the world is a pretty dark place. If there weren't hundreds of people that I've looked up to that have given me inspiration and motivation as I pulled together little parts of their stories that I could relate to, so that I could then have the confidence to take the actions that were required for me to create what I've created. And I still feel this way. There are so many people who are so much further ahead of me that I'm like, oh, thank you for putting that out there. I needed that today. So never relinquish your responsibility to be successful for the good of the people around you and for future people that you haven't even met yet, who can be impacted by the story of success that you've created. So those are my 5 steps to become addicted to success and finally start changing your life for the better. If you want to take the next step and learn how to completely transform your physical, mental, and financial health, check out this video.